friends, following fellow book lovers. I'm excited to bring you this new episode where I share with you a book I've recently read. Today's book is Fighting the Promise by Fred Roth. Um, I actually don't have a copy of this book. I do have a copy of this book, but my son has it. He was chomping at the bit to be able to read it, and he pestered me for some time until I got it to him. So why this book? First of all, Fred is a friend of mine. We go to church together. So excuse me, just so you know that up front, this book falls into preparedness and self-reliance genres, and I really like some of his concepts and ideas that he presents here. And I think that if you're into preparedness and that kind of space, that this will kind of give you a different way of looking at some things. And third, it is in the faith and Christianity genre. As you already know, I'm a disciple of Christ and I attend a specific faith. Fred also, of course, is of that faith, and this book is written from that viewpoint. Now, don't let that limit your decision to read this or not, because this is a fantastic story that one, the technology is completely plausible. And when he started this with this idea, like 20, 30 years ago, I don't remember how long ago he started working on the concept. Technology was already in development, and it's something that I can completely see happening. Number two, actually, I don't know why I just did number two. If you were a follower of Christ, or if you were a believer in a higher power, I think you'll find some common ground in this book that would serve to increase your faith. All right, leadership principles and examples. The first one, Stu decides to lead his flock as instructed by his church leaders. So if you're not familiar with our faith, we're members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and Stu is what's called a bishop. He'd be the equivalent to a pastor throughout the rest of Christianity, or the father for Catholics. I should say Protestants and Catholics there. Make that a little clearer, because I always make the horrible mistake of lumping them together when they're really not exactly the same. Right. Number two, a character in the book named Corporal Lee decides to trust Stu. And that decision does a couple different things in this story. And it really shows us that even in hard times, trust extended can be returned for a benefit. All right. Number three, Stu sets an example that inspires others. As I said earlier, Stu is the pastor, the bishop of this church in this community. And his good example, because nobody's perfect, no one's really righteous. We're all striving along that path as Christians. The example he sets inspires others. And because he inspires others, people rally around him during a specific trial that happens in this book. Excuse me. What I want to go ahead and add to that is that for people like you and I, a good example is very, very powerful. When we see someone living a certain way, it inspires us. Now, we may not always want to admit it. We may not want to own it because of our own personal reasons or challenges, or, we have some animosity towards that person. But what I have found in my own life is that when we live a good life and we strive to set a good example for others, that then reciprocates. Maybe not directly to you and I back, but it definitely pays out. And I really believe that it pays the strongest forward. That good examples always pay the strongest forward. Somebody sees it and responds in kind to someone else when they see a need. Excuse me, I'm kind of yawning tonight. And what that does allow is it allows for us to focus on being a good example, to working on ourselves and not worrying about the returns. Because as Christians, we believe that Christ will take care of those returns. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. If you enjoy this episode, please like and share it. If you are looking for someone to help you level up your leadership and people skills, that's what I do at Turning Leaf Solutions. I have found through my own experience and working with others that as you develop your leadership skills and your people skills, that increases your opportunities. You might be able to get that promotion you've been after, or you might be able to move over into a new career, depending on how much you're willing to work on yourself. Okay, you can connect with me at turningleafs.com. That's leafs.com. And right in the middle of the page, there's a link for a free consultation, 30 minutes. We can meet up, get to know each other. I believe I can help you, but you may not believe that I can guide you the steps through personal growth. All right, my friends, go out and make it a great day. Go out and make it a great March. And I look forward to talking to you later. Take care.